So when I go redeem my new standard of coupon at the point of sale system, that point of sale system makes a call out to the coupon bureau to make sure that coupon is valid and to make sure that it hasn't been used before through mandatory serialization. So through those two technologies, we're hoping that we can really get fraud under control.
Hello and welcome to the Next Level Supply Chain with GS1 US, a podcast in which we explore the mind-bending world of global supply chains, covering topics such as automation, innovation, unique identity, and more. I'm your co-host, Reed.
And I'm Liz.
And welcome to the show. Have you ever used a coupon? Was it in paper format or did you use a digital one? Have you ever given much thought to them at all? Well, today, our guest is Brett Watson, and she is the CEO of the Coupon Bureau. And we're going to be talking about the history of coupons, where they were, challenges, the fraud related to coupons, and where we're going and the digital world. So let's jump right into the conversation.
Hey, Brett, welcome to the show. We are so looking forward to this conversation. Before we get into all of the very specific questions we have about coupons, will you just give us a little bit of background on yourself and what you're doing now, the work that you have going on with the coupon space?
Yeah, absolutely. Liz, Reed, thanks for having me. Yeah, I've been in the coupon industry since about 2012. Didn't really know what I wanted to be when I grew up, right? So I went to college, I got a business degree, took a short stint as an insurance agent, hated every moment of it, realized that I am not a salesperson at all, but you live and learn, right? So quit that and kind of pittered around for a little while and then found myself at a really boutique marketing agency. And when I say boutique, I mean like husband and wife marketing agency. We had a small tech team who created a coupon technology way back when print at home was just getting started, where you needed to allow shoppers, which you kind of still do to a degree, needed to allow shoppers to print coupons from their at-home printer. And the technology at the time was very limited. So our technology department, which was again like two guys, created this technology that we realized that the whole industry could use. And so overnight, we like found ourselves as a coupon technology company, and we were kind of looking at each other like, do you know anything about coupons? Nah, no, not really. Do you know anything about coupons? No. So we had like baptism by fire, learned everything that we could learn about coupons, turned into a coupon technology company. I was in that company for about 7 years, and that really afforded us a seat at the table as the industry was starting to create this new coupon standard that we're going to talk about today. And so the industry put out this RFP. GS1 was involved, obviously. You helped us create the application identifier. We submitted for the RFP, won it, and then since 2019, we created the Coupon Bureau and have been working with the industry to facilitate the adoption of this new standard. So that's what I've been doing. I never thought that I would spend so many of my adult years in couponing, but it's been fun.
That is an interesting trip into it. And I don't know, I mean, were you a part of those days where we used to see like couponing on TV, where this coupon craze, like that's just like that was as much as I knew until a few years ago. And then I got involved with GS1 and couponing, and I'm like, whoa, there's so much more to this. So maybe a short little background, because we've all clipped coupons. And if you haven't, you're missing out. Like there's this whole system behind it. And I don't think a lot of folks are aware.
Yeah. And so I'm very much like you. Like I was very much on the peripheral of coupons. And so as I waded into it professionally, every day, even today, I'm still learning more because the coupon industry is so robust and there's so much that goes into it. The first coupon was created by Coca-Cola in 1888. How old coupons are. And really, there wasn't much innovation that occurred past that first coupon until the 70s when the UPC-A barcode was created. And that was really kind of before my coupon professional time, but I hear about it all the time. And the innovation that occurred there is you were actually able to put data into a barcode, which is really important and kind of started this new innovation of couponing. And then from there, of course, we migrated to what I would call like the current standard of couponing that's in market today. I got to market in like 2007. So you can see where there was these big gaps of innovation. But like everything as an industry, we lived and learned, and we created one standard and we realized, that didn't quite cut it for this reason or that reason. And then this current standard 8110, we are able to put so much more data in the barcode, which is great, but still didn't cut it for a couple of reasons. And so that's why this new standard, we really took all of our learnings from the old standard and made sure that we created a really efficient, superior mechanism for really both CPG brands and retailers to be able to use to deliver coupons so that they could be confident in what they are delivering so that we could just make our promotional landscape that much better.
Well, I didn't realize it went back that far. I mean, that is next trivia question at work.
I worked at Coke and I had no idea that they were the first ones to have a coupon in the 1800s. That's crazy.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Next Level Supply Chain with GS1 US. Today we have a special, exciting news to share with you. A special podcast discount for our favorite event of the year.
GS1 Connect?
You got it, Liz! Our annual supply chain focused conference, and in 2025, it's in Nashville.
Yeah, Music City. I cannot wait, and I can actually drive there, which is amazing. Reed, how many GS1 Connects have you been to?
I've been to 6. This will be my 7th.
Awesome. I've been coming to GS1 Connect before it was called GS1 Connect, and I do love meeting all of our attendees every single year who bring so many great examples from grocery, food service, retail, and healthcare. And they talk about how they solve supply chain visibility challenges. And in 2025, Nashville gives us a good reason to pun how GS1 standards can help amplify impact on your supply chain operations.
I see what you're doing there, but that is correct. GS1 Connect is your chance to harmonize operations with the power of GS1 standards.
And wait, GS1 Connect is also the perfect place to orchestrate networking connection with trading partners.
How about that? Discover the greatest hits of supply chain efficiencies from across various industries.
Okay, I think that's enough music puns for the day. Maybe one more. If you have an achy breaky supply chain, GS1 Connect in Nashville is a place to help cure what ails you. So mark your calendars for June 10th through 12th and join us at GS1 Connect. It's time to take your supply chain game to the next level. And as a podcast listener, we are able to extend a special discount.
Yeah, that's right, Liz. As a podcast listener, you can get a 10% off the registration price. Simply go to gs1connect.org to register and enter the promo code 25podcast10 to take advantage of this offer. If you've never gone to GS1 Connect before or have gone a dozen times, there's always something new to learn and new people to meet.
Again, the website is gs1connect.org and the promo code is 25podcast10. See you there. I do have a question about what you just said about the two standards. When you're talking about coupons today, I'm making the leap that you're talking about both paper and digital.
That is correct, Liz. So the current standard, the 8110, we call it current standard 8110 standard. That standard you can only use in paper. And that was really the reason, one of the major reasons, primary reasons that we as an industry needed to create a new standard because you could not use that current standard in a digital format. So that was really the catalyst for this new change that we made it. So then when we said, okay, we need a standard that we can use in a digital format. Well, if we're going to create a new standard, let's go ahead and fix all the things that were wrong with the old standard. So we created a brand new process that includes real-time validation so that we can work on that fraud. And I know we're going to talk about fraud in a minute. But then what that standard can also be used in paper and digital, which just creates so much innovation for the market, which I don't want to skip ahead because that's where I start getting excited. That is the difference in the two.
Okay, thank you. And you touched on the next question. So I've been working with you guys for years in the convenience store space. And one of the things that totally blew my mind was the amount of fraud that happens with coupons. Will you tell us a little bit about the size of fraud, how fraud happens? There's a lot of bad guys. And when I think about bad guys in the world, I don't immediately go to coupons. And it's just fascinating. And I think that our listeners would really be blown away by what you're about to tell us.
So people aren't using their coupons, but there's a huge fraud segment in the couponing business. It's money. It's money.
It's a tender. That's what we say all the time. And it's hard to understand just when you're a normal person looking at a coupon on your counter, and me too. But if you think about it, that is a tender. That is money. You are correct. I take it in and I use it at a retailer, and then they are out. If that coupon is worth $1, they're out that dollar until the manufacturer pays them back. It's really important. It was really important that as we migrated from one standard to another, that we eliminated that fraud. And, it's really hard. There's a lot of research out there, and there's a lot of data regarding how big the actual problem is. And it's very difficult to really nail down. I think the last webinar that ACP did, their partners that put the webinar on, they put the annual fraud number somewhere between $300 million and $600 million, which is completely insane, right? And fraud can occur in so many different ways. It can occur from those really egregious players who are counterfeiting coupons. They're creating fake coupons and selling them for profit, like Queen Pins. Now everybody has that reference point. If you've seen the Netflix show Queen Pins, it's a true story. It's crazy. So fraud, it can occur that way, where there's people creating these fake coupons and making millions of dollars, but it can also occur in small ways where a regular shopper just copies their coupon because they want to save more money and don't really realize that that coupon is only intended to be used one time. So it's not all so malicious. Cashiers who know how to beat the point of sale system, and their friends will come in and they'll work together to get discounts that aren't supposed to be gotten, or returns fraud where you go buy a product and you get your discount, then you go return it and you get the full value of the product. So there's just so many different ways that people can fraud the system. And unfortunately, every day they just try to come up with a new way. So one of the things that we did as an industry, really created the new standard, is we put two things in place through real-time validation at the point of sale system. So when I go redeem my new standard of coupon at the point of sale system, that point of sale system makes a call out to the coupon bureau to make sure that coupon is valid and to make sure that it hasn't been used before through mandatory serialization. So my coupon is now serialized. It has a unique serial number in it. So if those two things are, yes, it is a valid coupon and it hasn't been used before, then I'm able to redeem it. And through those two, relatively simple technology, the technology is not hard. It's getting everybody to play inside the ecosystem. So through those two technologies, we're hoping that we can really get fraud under control.
Did you collaborate with other industries on how they're fighting fraud? Did you bring in consultants to kind of help you through this process? And was this over a 1-2 year type thing? Or is this we've been working on this for a long, long time and finally hit a pinnacle and move forward?
We've been working on it as an industry for a long time, and we did not bring in outside the industry consultants because I do think we've had such a robust, really great group of industry participants that we all came together from different parts of the ecosystem. So technology companies that help distribute the coupons for manufacturers and retailers and GS1 and clearinghouses, we all came together to say, and that's where the RFP came in when we first created the standard. These are all the problems we're trying to solve. Who's got ideas to solve it? And what do we think are the best ideas to solve it? And it wasn't any one company or any few people. It was really a group of people, and it's ongoing because when we created the standard, we made approximately 1,500 assumptions, like you do in any new technology. And then as we work through those assumptions or as we field test those assumptions, we tweak every day to make sure that we're answering the call of the industry really every day.
Yeah, it's great to hear, but it's something that like I just don't think the everyday person thinks of like being malicious or doing fraud. But I'm right there with you. Like we just don't think of it in that way of being fraudulent, but others do. They sit there and like really think about it. We've had a lot of conversations about that with different podcast guests for different reasons. I'm interested in these digital coupons. Can you tell us a little bit more about them? You mentioned the serialization, which is now mandatory, but what else can we do, or what other capabilities do these digital coupons have?
So, one of the things that I think we're really excited about when it comes to this new coupon standard being available in digital format is now CPGs and brands alike can use digital channels to now distribute coupons to shoppers, which really breaks open opportunity for coupon distribution. We have a media company partner who's so excited because now, as they're selling targeted media to their CPG brand partners, the objective of that media campaign can go from brand awareness to shopper activation by adding a coupon to it. And then we have another partner who is a new technology company, and they aid in creating influencer content. So they help influencers with content creation. And they're so excited about universal coupons. You think about a beauty influencer who does a TikTok video about a new mascara. Now they can attach a coupon to that video. And so what that does is now you can add attribution to that campaign. You now know if I, as a viewer, click that coupon, now you know that my level of interest is deeper than just watching the video. And then if I go in and redeem, you have that even deeper level of attribution. It's going to help in campaign metrics. It's going to help with shopper identification. And I think we're just now seeing some of the cool applications that are going to be afforded advertising companies because of this.
Yeah, I mean, once you go digital, you have so many other avenues to work with. And then the turnaround time, if it's not real time, it's near real or it's one day, like you may be doing batch processing. But when you think about the old way of doing it, it could be 90 days before retailers got money from a manufacturer for a coupon. And that to me is just like, I'm floating a lot there for you, but now it's more real time.
And not to mention the fact that you have to handle the paper. Like you have to take it from all of the drawers and put it in bags and mail it somewhere and count it when it gets there. So there's a lot of efficiencies that will come with digital. Not to say that paper is going away. Because I always want to make sure that I represent my paper coupon company partners well too. Just that I think a lot of times right now, paper coupons are in paper format because they have to be. And so now we have the ability to now put some of those paper coupons in digital format because that's what's best for that specific execution.
Yeah, but it's also paper's still another channel. It's still viable. I'm always reminding my younger peers and counterparts that there's historical things in retail, right? I mean, we have mainframe computers still working in retail today. And everyone's like, what? That's crazy. I'm like, but that's the way it was done. It's not like you throw a light switch and everyone has it. But it does. It takes time for adoption and then things start to fade out and in. But it's very exciting when you think about digital coupons and being able to inject them into videos and the tracking and the attribution. I mean, it's so much more value for everyone, for both sides.
So, Brett, my next question, when you start talking about like what's next and what's changing in the industry, based on use case, there will always be paper, right? But what is next and how do you see coupons evolving in the future? Because it's just been a really cool story of how this very simple paper thing is infiltrating everything in kind of a really cool way that we do things.
And I said this earlier, and I'll say it again, just to lay the foundation. I think we're so early in this adoption. We just got our first national retailer online at the end of last year. And so we're just starting to see a lot of these technologies come out of the woodwork that are what I like to call like coupon adjacent companies. Like they're companies that aren't necessarily historically coupon companies, but that can benefit from coupons enhancing their products, like the influencer content creator company or a rideshare company. We have a rideshare company right now who is looking at integrating universal coupons into their app so that if I choose to go to, ABC retailer, they can serve me a coupon on the way. Or if I'm getting close to a retailer, then they can serve me a coupon that I may not necessarily be going to that retailer at the time. So there's so many cool applications. And then we talk about coupon distribution a lot, and we talk about how they get saved on our phone. I think there's a lot of innovation that can occur there and how we redeem them. Right now, we have the coupons are saved on your phone in the form of a barcode, and you can take it in store and scan your barcode just like you do today. That's very convenient. You can bundle your coupons. So I don't have, 10 barcodes on my phones or all in one. But I also think there's a lot of innovation that can occur there with regard to, identities. We have a lot of innovation occurring right now in the digital identity space. And can I attach my coupons to my digital identity, which could make it even easier for me to redeem? Can I redeem it in store or online? How do I redeem it if I'm doing it buy online, pick up in store? So I think that's where we've got this foundation laid and we can see a lot of really cool executions. And I think now where we can really start to innovate is making it even easier on the shopper to redeem, regardless of how they're shopping at the store.
What about in like the metaverse? Liz, we haven't talked about the metaverse in quite some time. It was like so hot and heavy, and then it kind of just faded away, but it's still there, and I'm still seeing things like, are we seeing coupon conversations? Like, imagine you're gaming and it's been 3 hours and something pops up and it's like, hey, it's been 3 hours. Why don't you eat? We can send you DoorDash, or something. You know what I mean? Are you seeing that? Is that coming, to your environment?
I think we will. And one of the ways that we are seeing where this is headed is, and it's something that I've actually learned over the last couple of years, like as brands or companies look at the general population, right? You have a group of couponers who are going to coupon no matter what. Like that's their job. They look every week. They're in charge of the grocery. So they know where to find the coupons. They know how to redeem them. They know what products they need to buy. So you have that group. And then you have another group of shoppers that you just know are never going to coupon. And honestly, I don't even know what the demographics there on those, but you just know that there's a group. But then there's this whole other group of humans that maybe if couponing was a little easier, I would coupon. Maybe if you meet me where I am, the coupon finds me and it's easy to save on my phone. So I think that's where we'll start to test that theory. Those individuals that may not necessarily coupon today, but would if it were a little easier. I think over the next couple of years, we're going to test that theory and see where all of that comes in.
That's wild. I mean, it's endless. I'm thinking about this. It's endless, and I love the rideshare example because, like, you think of like you have your strip malls and your other places where you have your anchor store and people are going there for that, but you're reminding them or incentivizing them to try out another store next to them or something like that. I always think of before Google Maps when we traveled, it was like you traveled, you went to a hotel, you looked around, it's like, what's here? But 2 blocks away or 2 miles away could be the best place you could have ever eaten at, but you just didn't know. And now with like Google Maps, it's like, hey, food around me. It's wild. I see very similar things. Before we go, Brett, we'd like to know, what is your favorite technology that you're using today, either for work or personally? What's something that's just like you can't live without?
So when I was thinking about this question, I almost tried to think of something different because you're probably hearing this come out of everybody's mouth right now. But I have to say, ChatGPT. I use it for a lot of things. I use it for work and for personal. Right now, my brother's got me using it to create workout routines. It's so great because it will give me a workout and then I'll ask it to make a tweak and then make another tweak and then make another tweak. And it's so responsive at creating the perfect workout for me. And then, of course, I use it like everybody else uses it at work just to make sure that my emails sound a little bit more professional or maybe a little less professional sometimes, but I really do genuinely love it.
Yeah, it is amazing how all of these AIs, it's almost scary. It's like, they know me. That's exactly how I wanted to say it. that was the little tweak I was looking for. It's really just taking all of our friends and all of our information and just responding it faster. It's wild. That's really cool to hear, though.
I try not to be scared of it because at the end of the day, if robots are going to take over, they're going to take over. I don't know that me using ChatGPT to build a workout is really going to make that go any faster.
Yeah, who knows? Anyway, last question for you. What is something new that you'd like to learn or lean into in the future?
Yes, great question. So, one of the things that I would like to learn more of is Spanish. I only know one language. I'd love to be bilingual. Would love to learn. I know just enough Spanish to be dangerous because this new coupon standard can really be used anywhere. It's originated for North America. We're starting to work on the application in Canada, but then also south of us, we have a couple of partners that are bringing it into Puerto Rico right now. And we have some opportunity in the Caribbean and Mexico. And I'm like, listen, I'll be the first one to go down for all those launch parties. I need to tighten up my Spanish just a little bit. So that's definitely one. And then the other one is neuroscience. I have a strong interest in how your mind can aid your body, how your mind can help control your reality, your attitude, your body. You can get real spiritual and wooey in it, right? But there's a ton of science that backs it. And I love the scientific part of it because it makes it real for some people. In the appropriate application, you can apply it to work and you can apply it to life, and it can just make your overall general life a little bit better. So I'm super interested in that and its real world application.
Well, this was fantastic. Can't thank you enough for spending the time with us here today and talking about coupons and a little bit of the history and where we are today and where we're going in the future. This was really enlightening. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. It was great.
Thank you for joining the Next Level Supply Chain with GS1US. If you enjoyed today's show, you can subscribe to our feed or explore more great episodes wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to share and follow us on social media. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.